Ahem. Good evening. Is this? Well, I say good evening. It's 2 a.m. Is this working? Gonna do this and an A4W tips today. A couple little streams and then I'm gonna go to bed. Um, as soon as the stream starts working, it says I'm live. It says I'm 8 seconds in, but it's not loaded up. Oh yeah, it's just my stream just literally just started, so it's about 30 seconds behind. But anyway, yeah. So in terms of my predictions, it didn't go as well as I would have hoped, but I would argue that that's partly because two drivers had a really bad off day, and it was Verstappen and Hamilton. Also, Russell had a bad off day as well, but yeah, I did not expect Verstappen to have such a bad day, such a bad weekend, really. I did kind of predict Ocon to have his car fail, so there's that. A lot of cars, a lot of cars crashed out. The crazy DNFs. It was a very entertaining race, though. I watched it live on my channel. It was a very entertaining race. But yeah, the amount of mistakes the drivers made, that was it was quite something. But yeah, we are back now to. Wait, I've got the wrong mouse. There we go. Yeah, I got 3 exact positions correct, so that's not too bad. Obviously, I got my pole prediction wrong, fastest lap prediction wrong, but I predicted Verstappen to win. Obviously, he was 7th because he was in the top 10. It gave me a point. This point system is very strange, but we'll deal with it. Leclerc, I predicted 2nd, and that's where he finished. He finished exactly 2nd. Lewis Hamilton, predicted him 3rd. He was not on the podium, obviously. He was 9th. Very bad race from him. Russell, I predicted 4th. Obviously, he had a really bad time, and he made some silly mistakes, and I feel like he doesn't own up to his mistakes enough. He's definitely he's Mr. Consistent in complaining as well as driving, but not as so much in driving recently. Perez predicted 5th. He finished. Obviously, he won. My mind's gone blank. He won the race. They were saying it's his best ever drive. Maybe it's his most dominant drive because right from turn 1, it was his race. Like he was incredible the entire race. So he definitely deserved that win. But I would argue his best win was last first in Bahrain. Obviously, the start of that race wasn't good for him, but he went from last to first. I'd consider that a bit better. But I can see where they're coming from when they say his best race because he was the best driver on the grid for the entire race. Right from the start up until the very end, it was him. It was always him. So I get that. But yeah, he was incredible. Obviously, my prediction was wrong. And wait till you see my prediction for him in Japan. You're not gonna like it. Carlos Sainz, I predicted 6th. He finished 3rd on the podium. Fernando Alonso, I predicted 7th. He would have finished top 10, but his car failed. He was doing a good job holding off Verstappen, but obviously mechanical failure. And speaking of drivers that held off Verstappen, Vettel held him off for a little bit at the start of the race. Then a safety car came in. Then on the restart, Verstappen got him quite easily. He tried to defend him at the end. Obviously, in the very last lap, Verstappen got him. But I predicted Vettel 8th, and he was 8th. So yeah, it could have been better for him as well because Lance Stroll finished 6th. He had a great race, and Ricciardo finished 5th. It could have been even better for Vettel. The Lion of Singapore. He's won this race 5 times with 2 different teams. I wanted him to just get in the points on his last race, and he did. He got 8th, and that's where I predicted him. But when you consider who's finished 5th and 6th, if he had a bit more luck with a safety car, he might have been the guy in 5th. You never know now, but still, I think he had a good race overall, but obviously some things went wrong for him, and it could have been better. But yeah, in 9th I predicted Norris. He did really well, finished 4th. Had a great race, Norris. He drove fantastically. Pierre Gasly predicted him 10th, and he did actually finish 10th. So there you go. Still not quite as good as my Hungarian predictions, but we shall take it. These are my Japanese Grand Prix predictions. I put Leclerc on pole. He is good at getting pole position, so I predicted him to do it again. Ferrari seem to have... it's a bit too late now, but they seem to have got things fixed. Singapore's very weird. Red Bull got it wrong. Ferrari got it right. Lewis and Max, who are experts in the rain, both slipped up, pun intended. It was a very bizarre race, but it made for great entertainment. But I picked Charles to be on pole on this race, getting confidence from the previous race, even though it didn't win. But yeah, I predicted Verstappen to win this race. I could be wrong. Obviously, Singapore, if that's anything to go by, anything can happen. Obviously, Verstappen will be world champion. He could be world champion in this race. If not, I think definitely by USA. But yeah, you never know after Singapore. But obviously, he's winning the championship. But in terms of him winning more races, I think he's 2 wins away from the most wins in a season. I think it's 13, held by Vettel and Schumacher. So I think he's going to want to get that, and he's got a good amount of races to get that. And I think he wants that for sure. But you never know. Could go differently. But judging on how most of the season has gone, I predict him to win the race again in Japan. I predict Leclerc to finish second, Lewis Hamilton to get on the podium in third place. I predict Carlos Sainz to finish just outside the podium in fourth, Norris in fifth, having another good race, Alonso in sixth, Vettel in seventh, Ricciardo in eighth. And I'm being a bit risky here, right? This is not about logic or anything. I'm just trying to be risky with my predictions. Take a bit of a risk, because F1 can be unpredictable. So I'm predicting last week's race winner to finish ninth in the Red Bull. I'm probably going to be very wrong, but risks are there to be taken, guys. Risks are there to be taken. And I got Russell in 10th, which in hindsight, based on last week, is not really a risk. But I've left out Ocon, Gasly, a few big names I've missed out. But yeah, that's my prediction. And I got my fastest lap as Max Verstappen. So make of that what you will. If you want to join my league, you can. I know it's a bit late now, but you can still do it. Superbrew.com, superbru.com. Tournaments, click on the S, and you get all these. There should be a motorsport section somewhere. It will have it has all different types of sports, by the way. All different types of little game modes. There you go, F1 Predictor. There's MotoGP as well, obviously, as well. So there's that. But F1 Predictor, click on it. You can choose a team, or you can be neutral. But if you do choose a team, it will automatically put you in a league with fans of the team that you support. But you can create your own league, or join my league, add a pool, join a friend's pool, and the code to join is Hemsatom. I don't pick these league names, but it's auto-generated, but it's Hemsatom. You can type in that, or Davidoff Predicts, or Davidoff's League. So yeah, this is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and goodbye.